And the regional manager for the homeownership centers at Chase joins me. It's Cynthia Thompson. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
How long do you plan to keep the homeownership center open?
Really, we're planning to be here as long as it's needed in the community. Obviously, we hope a quick restoration to the community, but we're also hoping to set this as a template of this is a way that we should work with our customers in the future.
What prompted this? I mean, many homeowners are saying, what took us to get so long to get to this point?
Well, and those are very good questions. So Chase has always been supportive in this market within Greater Las Vegas. We've always had outreach, working with the nonprofits to assist customers who are at risk of losing their home to foreclosure. Now what we've done is invested and put a shop currently in this office, Chase Homeownership Center in Las Vegas. We're located at 500 North Rainbow Boulevard. We've made our office hours in line with, a working person's schedule for flexibility.
Right, and we'll put all that up on our website, but tell me, how many loans do you expect to be able to modify?
We're hoping, again, our focus is outreach for Chase, Washington Mutual, and EMC customers who are 30-plus days delinquent. And although I don't have specific statistics for this market that I could, give you right now, I can tell you that this market has been heavily hit, which is why it was selected to have a homeownership center placed in the community.
But you're telling me you have to be 30-day delinquent before you can even go to this homeownership center?
No, you do not. So for the homeownership center, you can come into our office, you can call into our office, you can schedule an appointment. If you're 30 days plus delinquent, we're going to assign you to work with one of our trained advisors. They're going to work with the customer on taking their financial information, obtaining supporting documentation, and submitting the loan for review to see what options might be available to make the payment more affordable. If the customer is current on their loan but they're still having a hardship, Chase has a division dedicated to assisting those customers in that particular case, and we do that through a solution we call the Way Forward.
Right, and there's an 800 number involved, and we'll be giving our audience that. Let me ask you, though, what about people who are so upside down in their homes, they just owe more than the house is worth? What's their option?
Well, their option is also to come into the Chase Homeownership Center. So even though the value of the property is not really within the market, and they currently owe a lot more on the property than what the value is, we still encourage that customer come into our office, let us examine the loan, look at the options. We can possibly extend the loan term, reduce the interest rate. In some instances, we will even capitalize a part of that principal balance and put it in a special category where we're not charging interest on that balance to make that payment more affordable. And obviously our hope is, and as the consumer's hope is, that they'll see that value come back. We certainly can't put a timeline on that, but what we can do is present a solution that will help them maintain that home ownership while we're in this situation.
What about if I got into a house and now my arm is about to readjust and I probably shouldn't have bought it. It was too much money. Can you still help those customers?
Absolutely. So if you have a payment amount currently that it's affordable, but within 30, 60, 90, or plus days, you know that payment amount is going to increase, and that's going to completely impact your monthly expense line, definitely come into our office. We want to be proactive, we want to be preventive, and we want to work with the customer before it becomes a burden or a hardship.
Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us, and I think many consumers have been waiting for this, especially since the new rules have been released in March about home modification loans. So grab a pen. There's a number on your screen for the Chase Homeownership Center. One surprising bit of information is after you go through all the problems of getting your loan remodified, it may actually cost you more money, and that I don't quite understand. Elizabeth, can you tell me why?
I can't give you specifics. That, of course, depends on each homeowner situation, but that's exactly why. Sometimes based on the income levels, based on the reappraisal, your payments may actually come out to be higher per month, depending on the financial information related to your loan. And a lot of people don't know that. They automatically assume that a loan modification means a decrease in payment. It's not always the case.
Okay, now Chase has a call center here, but if actually a place you can go in. Mm-hmm. Other mortgages, I have to go through a call center. How do I know to get to the right person? Who am I looking for?
Right, and that's been very difficult situation for people as well. Part of the problem is that when they call, they may say, you know, I'm going to have trouble making my payments, or I haven't paid for the last 3 months, and that's how they start the conversation with their banker. When the bankers hear that, typically that means they will transfer you to the collections department. So it's really important for homeowners, the minute they make the call, ask for the loss mitigation department. The loss mitigation department is the department that can help you in terms of modifying your loan if that ends up being appropriate for you.
And let me ask you, on your website, you put together the State Foreclosure Help website. What else am I going to find on that website that I might find useful?
We have put a lot of information out there. We have information about the foreclosure process, how it works in general, some language, because often homeowners, you know, aren't speaking the same language as their bankers or even a counselor if they're dealing with a counselor. We've got a listing of events, which is really important because many times people need to get face-to-face with somebody to discuss their details. So we have events all the way through June of this year throughout the state that people can look up and find foreclosure seminars in their area, but also other financial literacy seminars in the area too.
Right, like credit counseling and some bankruptcy.
Correct.
All right, want to thank you for your tips. In fact, Elizabeth put together a tip list, which you are going to find on our website. I'll give you that address in a little bit. Right now, though, here's the address for the State Foreclosure Help website. If you're looking for work, a place to begin your search is Nevada JobConnect, a place that's connected several Las Vegans with full-time work. Jay Jones reports.
Success stories are being written every day inside the Terrible Herbst Employment Center. And ironically, some of the authors are people who, not that long ago, were themselves unemployed. Take, for example, Hi There Pinto. After being jobless for half a year, he was hired as a clerk. 6 months later, he was promoted to Employee Relations Specialist.
I sometimes get surprised myself that I have a position that probably people has been looking for a long time or working hard. And in my case, within a year, you know, the company saw, you know, my potential. And I even applied with other applicants, really well qualified as well, and they offered me and gave me the position. And I've been here for another year.
Pinto was sent to Terrible's after being pre-screened for suitability by Nevada JobConnect, the state agency that not only issues unemployment benefits, but also helps people find work. They can even help pay for health cards, gaming cards, and other legal requirements.
They have to have those cards in their possession from day one. We cannot place somebody that doesn't have those cards. So if we find an individual that's qualified to do the job, and they don't have those cards, what we would typically do is Nevada JobConnect would come in and they would help them buy the cards. And once they have the cards, they're ready to work.
You are a new hire. Please verify that all your personnel...
Before the recession hit, Terrible's was hiring as many as 200 people a week, mainly for its convenience stores and car washes. That number has, of course, dropped, but the company is still turning lives around. Barbara Goolsby-Wells started at the front desk of the employment center. Within 4 months, she became a risk management specialist.
I was in search of something to do. So I thought maybe of changing careers, so I looked into other things that I might want to do, but it always ended up back in HR. JobConnect helped me a lot because when I went to them, they got me back on track with HR possibilities. I didn't really want to go into the casino life, but they said that Terrible Herbst was more a family-oriented kind of casino environment, so I decided to give it a chance. So here I am.
Jay Jones, Recession Rx.
JobConnect services are free for both the employers looking for workers and workers looking for jobs. They have 3 offices in Southern Nevada. You can meet with an employment counselor to get some tips. You can also find out about job training. And they also offer free computers, phones, and fax services to job seekers. Several employers, including City Center, use the JobConnect offices to screen new workers. You can visit them online at JobConnect.com.